like to call the meeting to order. Please rise if you're able and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Supervisor Moore,
Present.
Councilwoman McNamara.
Present.
Councilman Isilli.
Present.
Councilman Pell.
Present.
Councilman Martell.
Present.
Thank you. I move to approve the minutes of the special town board meeting of September 9th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I move to approve the minutes of the regular town board meeting of September 9th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Madam Clerk, would you please read the communications?
The following communications have been received in the office of the town clerk. We have received public notices from the Village of Quogue, the Zoning Board of Appeals, public hearing for October 1st, Village of Sag Harbor, notice of adoption.
Thank you.
Correspondence and land use applications have been received regarding the following topics: cannabis dispensaries, Hampton Bays, CPF preservation of 541 David White's Lane, McDonald's area in Hampton Bays, NYLCV Best Fire Codes update, protection of Poxabog Field, Sagaponack, proposed change of zone, Mariner Housing LLC, 1100 Majors Path, stop sign Springville Road, Hampton Bays, water quality projects for 2025. Zoning Board of Appeals applications for 97 School Street in Bridgehampton, at 8 Justin Avenue, North Sea, and 7 Peconic Avenue in Flanders. New York State liquor license 30-day advance notice to local municipality application from the listed entity, and bid and request for proposals were received. September 10th, a bid for West Hampton Activity Center electrical construction, bid for West Hampton Activity Center general construction, and a bid for the West Hampton Activity Center HVAC construction, also plumbing construction. The following reports were filed in the Town Comptroller August 2025 monthly financial reports, and that concludes the communications for this meeting's agenda.
Thank you. I have, there are 7 walk-on resolutions that I'd like to add to the agenda. The first is Town Board Resolution ID number 50966 to accept findings and to terminate the employment of an employee. The second is Town Board Resolution ID number 50970 to authorize the Office of the Town Attorney to commence enforcement action seeking injunctive and other relief against appropriate parties in Suffolk County Supreme Court relating to the use and occupancy of 471 County Road 39, Southampton, as more particularly described on the Suffolk County tax map number as indicated. Town Board Resolution ID number 50971 to recall and amend Resolution 2025-1016. Town Board Resolution ID number 50972 to authorize the town attorney to retain outside counsel John M. Wagner, Esquire, of Sir Tillman, Balin, Adler, and Hyman LLP to represent the interests of the town as it relates to a litigation matter entitled Southampton History Museum versus the Town of Southampton et al. Town Board Resolution ID number 50974, which is the warrant number 18. Town Board Resolution ID number 50975 to authorize the Office of the Town Attorney to commence an enforcement action seeking injunctive and other relief against appropriate parties in Suffolk County Supreme Court relating to the use and occupancy of 251 Old County Road, Eastport, Town of Southampton, as more particularly described on the Suffolk County tax map number as indicated.
Scribner's error. Should be country.
It should be country.
Right the first time, yeah.
All right. And lastly, Town Board Resolution ID number 50983 to authorize the supervisor to sign a license agreement with Almond Restaurant. I move to add these to the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Just a note, Supervisor, it is correct on the actual resolution.
It is, yeah.
So is it county or country?
It's country.
Country.
It's just
Oh, on the actual resolution, you
Correct.
said.
Heading of the resolution.
Alrighty. Okay, Madam Clerk, would you please read the notice for the first public hearing?
Public hearing number 1, to consider the acquisition of property located at 1232 North Sea Road in the hamlet of North Sea.
Good evening, board members. Thank you, Madam Clerk. This is a public hearing to consider the acquisition of a property in the hamlet of North Sea for the purposes of municipal office and storage space. Specifically, the property is located at 1232 North Sea Road and is further identified on the Suffolk County tax map as number 900-96-3-4. As you may know, this parcel is currently owned by the Southampton Volunteer Ambulance Corps, which no longer needs the space given their new facility immediately adjacent and north of this parcel. The lot is approximately 1/2 an acre and is located in the Hamlet Office Zoning District, which allows an office use. The property is currently improved with a 1-story metal frame building and is approximately 3,400 square feet in size. It contains 3 bays of garage space with finished office space. That office space is estimated to comprise about 50% of the building. The purchase price is $1.2 million, and anticipated costs associated with closing are estimated to be approximately $25,000. Closing costs include survey costs, title insurance, a Phase 1 environmental, and any recording fees. Does the board have any questions for me?
I don't. Does anyone have any? Well, thank you, Kathleen. I do have a card. Philip Hammond. Southampton Volunteer Ambulance.
Good evening. My name is Philip Kamen. In 1989, I was the founding chief of Southampton Volunteer Ambulance, and I'm currently their second deputy district chief. On behalf of the Southampton Volunteer Ambulance Board of Directors, their chiefs, and the membership, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Southampton Town Board for their support and teamwork with Southampton Ambulance to provide our ambulance district with a new state-of-the-art headquarters and training center. One of the final pieces to this project is the selling of our old district headquarters to Southampton Town. This transfer of ownership will keep the property as an asset of the township as it is repurposed for the best needs of the community. In exchange, Southampton Ambulance will be able to use the proceeds of the sale to reduce our ambulance district construction bond by approximately 20% and help fund our new ambulance purchase. None of this would have been possible if it wasn't for the support of the past and present supervisor and town board. Additionally, we want to thank Deputy Town Attorney Kathleen Murray and Capital Project Manager Nick Janimmons. Their dedication and guidance through our new headquarters construction was invaluable. And most of all, Southampton Ambulance wants to thank our community for their never-ending support to our agency and to all the emergency services that serve and protect the community. Thank you.
Well, thank you for all you do, and we're so happy that you have the new facility.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Kevin, is there anyone on Zoom for this first public hearing?
No, there's not.
Well, I thought we would close the public hearing and then just, in light of the fact that it's Rosh Hashanah and maybe there's some people that couldn't be here tonight, just leave it open for 2 weeks of comments and then do the adopting resolution at the next meeting. And I know that works all right with, we checked with the comptroller.
I'm fine with tabling the resolution when we get to it.
Okay, so if everybody's fine with that, then that's what we move to close the public hearing with a 2-week comment period.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathleen, for your work on it.
Gentlemen, thank you for everything you do, too. I love the new facility. You know, you can just see on the map this difference in size, the ability to train, keep an additional ambulance, and the IT. You guys are set for a little while now, and congratulations. Beautiful.
Sunday.
I know, thank you. I wish I could have been there.
That's right.
All right, so, thank you. Madam Clerk, would you please read the notice for the second public hearing?
Public hearing number 2, to consider historic landmark designation of the site recognized as the Nathan Topping Cook Family Home located at 439 Hayground Road, Bridgehampton.
We had received a letter from the applicant, the owner of the property, asking to have the matter adjourned to coincide
November
with,
12th,
right, to
I
November
think.
12th.
So, yeah, I don't know if, I don't have any cards, I don't, if anybody's here that wants to speak to this, but it is being adjourned to the November 12th meeting.
If it's adjourned, then
Okay.
can I say something?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I just want to say that, do I have to say my name?
Yes?
Pamela Harwood, live in Bridgehampton, president of the Bridgehampton Civic, and I just want to say totally support any owners who would like to ask their house to be landmarked, because we would love to do more of that in Bridgehampton, and a thank you to these owners. Thank you.
Good. Kevin, is there anyone on Zoom for this public hearing?
No one on Zoom.
So we'll adjourn the hearing to November 12th at the request of the applicant.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All right, that brings us to the public portion.
Sunday, did they want that on?
That's it?
Do you
What
want
is
that
that?
on?
Oh, that's you?
Kevin, can you come in here and just shut the clerk's TV off?
We're actually testing our new system, and Kim is trying to take all the votes electronically.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so she's,
Nice.
That's great.
nice, kind meeting to start off with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
All right, so Peter Feder. Oh, yeah. And I just want to remind everyone, please try to keep your comments to 3 minutes, so everybody has time to speak.
Peter Fader, with the Bridgehampton Civic. We have several members from Bridgehampton who are here to speak on the same thing about the garbage. I just want to say that I'm very disappointed in how the town handled this entire situation. We've had excellent relationship with Charlie McCardle. He's come to our civic meetings, answered all our questions, and more importantly, followed through with adding additional stop signs, particularly on Lumber Lane and in other areas. It's very disappointing that the lack of transparency as well as a misreading of the state highway law would lead the town and Supervisor McCardle to take such a drastic and uncalled action without any warning whatsoever. I can only hope that going forward, the situation like these arise will be dealt with more transparency, timely communication, and an accurate interpretation of the law. Thank you.
Pamela Harwood?
Hi. Pamela Harwood, President of the Bridgehampton Civic. I echo Peter Fader's statement. We have such good relations, for the most part, with, the people on the town board that we work with, everyone in town government we work with have so much respect for everyone's commitment to the community. So it really does bother me tonight that felt I had to come and say something tonight about the way that Resolution 2025-818 was handled. And for the benefit of people watching tonight, this was the fact that immediately after Labor Day, the Highway Department came and removed all of the garbage bins along Bridgehampton Main Street, which is also a state highway, Montauk Highway. And we found out the business owners called an emergency meeting. Tommy John Scavone, our state assemblyman, former town board member, came and told us that there was a resolution that was passed by the town board June 10th. It was a walk-on resolution, according to him, so that meant it was never on any agenda that was published or appeared on the town website. There was no heads up from anybody to any of the civic groups that this resolution was taking place, and that at some point, our garbage bins and trash removal would cease. And I think that's the most disappointing part. I like to think that we have a rapport and that our liaisons will give us a heads up when there's an issue that will greatly impact one of our hamlets. And in this case, all the hamlets that were along a state road and a county road. And then it turned out that the resolution, when we read it, was, they misquoted state law. State law says that the town highway superintendent will have to maintain all sidewalks in the town constructed by the state adjacent to state highways, and all sidewalks in the town constructed by the county adjacent to county roads, and when authorized by the town board, cause the removal of snow therefrom, and the cost shall be paid from the miscellaneous or other town funds. Assemblyman Scavone made it clear that he had no intention of asking the state to have additional funds to the town to do this pickup of trash removal, because that is something that's up to the town to do and to fund. The other disturbing thing is, in the state law actually, is that it uses the word maintain. Maintain the sidewalks. What does that mean? Does that mean just repair the concrete when there's a crack? Or does it mean take out snow, take out ice, clean up litter, put out trash bins, remove trash? I understand that it's become very expensive to get rid of trash these days. It used to be a little bit of a profit center, but no longer. In New York City, they're making everyone compost your food scraps, including your pizza boxes. But this was not handled well. And this lack of transparency just taints so many things, just as people are really feeling good about town government and about all the things that we do together. Something like this happens where it sort of looks like it's done on the down low. Let's put this as a walk-on resolution, let's not tell anybody. 3 months passed, so the whole, the money train of the tourism and the rentals and all the money that comes in during the summer comes in, boom, the minute that stops, next day the trash bins go. So I just want to say that in the future, I hope there's more transparency from our government. We also expect that our town attorneys will interpret New York state law as it is written when they prepare the town board resolutions. We also hope that going forward, our officials will define maintenance. I think you need to do that. What is maintenance of our sidewalks? Does it include the grassy easements? That's also something you
4
have.
minutes.
So after all these years, not defining what it means to maintain our sidewalks along state and county roads, which is, as it turns out, our responsibility, is something that you need to do. And thank you very much.
Can I just clarify 2 points real quick?
Yeah, I wanted to clarify something,
Just one,
too.
the resolution that we walked on did not mention garbage cans being removed at all, and to the point of us needing to clarify.
You can have
You
a
can have a
seat.
seat where I'm not having, I'm just explaining
Yeah, but
my
I
side of
wanted-
things.
No.
And it's not the town law that needs to be clarified as far as what maintenance entails, it's the state law, because if the state law clearly says maintenance, then what are they referring to as maintenance? It's a very broad interpretation. So to say that the town attorney, misrepresented state law, if it's not defined as what is maintenance, I don't think that they misinterpreted state law. But I'm just saying that resolution that we walked on did it, because the way you made it sound was, we walked on a resolution that said we were gonna remove the garbage cans, and then we waited until the week after Labor Day and we pulled all the garbage cans, and that's just not what happened. That resolution that we walked on did not mention garbage removal in it
Right, and it
whatsoever.
wasn't a lack of transparency on the part of the town. It was clearly a miscommunication, because we were, if the resolution was, it's up to the state to maintain the sidewalks. I could speak for myself. I thought that meant repairing sidewalks. None of us thought it meant removing the trash cans. And as soon as we were told that had happened, Councilman Pell spoke with the highway superintendent, and the trash cans were put back in place. So please don't, hold that against the board.
Okay, so no, I want to clarify this, because we've talked a lot about this at meetings. When I say that the resolution was misleading, what I meant was, it specifically implied that the town does not think it's responsible at all, without contracts in place and reimbursement from the state, for the maintenance of sidewalks along town and county roads. The resolution does say that. Then when you go to the state law, it specifically says, no, the towns are responsible for the maintenance of sidewalks along state and county roads. So that was the part that was misleading. The resolution implied that there was no responsibility on the part of the town highway superintendent to maintain the sidewalks along state and county roads without contracts in place and reimbursements from the state. As it turns out, that is not the way the law is written in paragraph 18. So that's what I meant. Of course, there's nothing specifically about trash removal. And that's what I meant when I said that there needs to be working with the state and the town board to define what does maintenance mean.
So, I mean, I'm hoping you can understand that by that resolution referring to sidewalk maintenance, it was a stretch for us to include placement and removal of trash from trash cans on the sidewalk in the
No.
maintenance of sidewalks.
But at some point, somebody must have known that this was going to be done, and it would have been nice to have a heads up.
I did not.
And if the town board didn't even know that that was going to be done, that's a problem too. I mean, it's a lack of communication. And I think all that we're asking for is maybe working together. And by the way, even the way the resolution was written in the agenda that now appears on the town website, it was a walk-on, but it's number 70 on the resolutions, and your head can spin. I don't know how you guys do it, like 70 resolutions in one day. But all it says is that there was going to be a discussion of the state highway law. And so there was no way that any of us could know that that would in any way impact any of our hamlets. If it was more specific, maybe, but if it was a walk-on, we wouldn't have known about it to begin with. But, so all we're asking for is greater communication and working together, and a little bit of a heads up when there's something that might impact the community. I don't think that's too much to ask. But no, I don't think anybody knew it was going to be removing the trash bins. But it did, the resolution did say that the town is not responsible for the sidewalks along state and county roads without contracts from the state and reimbursement, and that you were waiting for those contracts to be put in place and to get reimbursed for the work that the highway superintendent does. So I don't think there's any getting around that. And that's all I meant. Thanks.
And I just also want to say the highway superintendent does a lot of good things without telling the board too, so.
Rachel Verno.
Not going to speak about garbage cans. Good evening, everybody. Rachel Verno. I'm speaking as a resident today, so I want to be clear. I'm not speaking on CAC issues, although I am talking about Resolution 2025-1111. Personally, excuse me, personally, I don't understand why this board needs a commitment to civility. My expectation has always been that when an elected official takes the oath of office, they are committing to act in an ethical and civil manner. If that is somehow no longer the case, I would hope the board would craft a resolution that doesn't honor an individual who has proven to be incredibly divisive. If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. The philosophical foundation of anti-whiteness has been largely financed by Jewish donors in this country. Jews control the colleges, the nonprofits, the movies, Hollywood, all of it. We need to have a Nuremberg-style trial for every gender-affirming clinic doctor. We need it immediately. The American Democratic Party hates this country. They want to see it collapse. They love it when America becomes less white. The Great Replacement Strategy, which is well underway every single day in our southern border, is a strategy to replace white rural America with something different. Martin Luther King is awful. He was not a good person. We made a huge mistake when we passed the Civil Rights Act in 1964. Blacks were better off during slavery because they committed less crime. Women's natural place is under their husband's control. Birth control makes women bitter and angry. America has freedom of religion, of course, but we should be frank. Large dedicated Islamic areas are a threat to America. Islam is the sword the left is using to slit the throat of America. Happening all the time in urban America, prowling blacks go around for fun to go target white people. That's a fact. It's happening more and more. If I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman, I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? Joe Biden is a bumbling, dementia-filled, Alzheimer's corrupt tyrant who should honestly be put in prison and/or given the death penalty for his crimes against America. Sorry if you're Jeff and you think you're Jill, you are not going to serve openly in the U.S. military. Go find something else to do.
30 seconds.
LGBTQ activists are not happy just having marriage. They want to corrupt your children. Simone Biles is a sociopath, a shame to our country. The death penalty should be public, it should be quick, it should be televised. These are all quotes from one of the individual this board is proposing to honor in Resolution 2025-1111, a resolution in support of a commitment to civility. Thank you for your time.
All right, I'm having a little trouble reading this card. I don't know if it's Jan or Ian. Karanda. Oh, hi. Hi.
It's Jan Kalanda. I live in Bridgehampton. I have more like observation than anything else. I've been coming here for 40 years. I have a house for about 25. Now we live here permanently. Just the observation that back, in 90s there was always possibility. I get a speeding tickets, I get a stop sign tickets. There was always, someone around to watch beach, dogs on the beach, fires on the beach. Today, it seems like it's free for all. I see beach bonfires on the Ocean Road Beach all the time. I know they do not issuing permit for that beach ever. People driving on the beach without the permits. So I'm just, trying to bring that up, that there is anything that can be sort of done somehow better. That's all I have to
With
say.
respect to driving on the beach?
I see that people have bonfires on Ocean Road Beach. They park their car right next to the bonfire. And I know Ocean Road Beach is not one of the beaches that you can do that.
Do you ever call police,
No,
non-emergency?
I never really.
There is a non-emergency number that you can call to report that if
Or I remember, after 9 o'clock, all the dogs used to disappear. Now it's like nobody even pay attention to the signs, all that stuff. So, can I call somebody? Is there for the dogs? I mean, is there somebody's going to show up for that even?
there's a, you can call code enforcement during hours, or there's a police non-emergency number that's not
And
911.
I'm not even mention the leaf blowers. That's it's more leaf blowers now than it before the code, before the, and nobody paid attention to that either. And I tried to call about that because that's pretty annoying. And, they told me, sorry, there's nothing we can do.
Excuse me.
Anyway, so that's my observation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Barbara Avron.
Aaron. It's not a V, it's a U.
Oh.
Okay. I'm a member.
Could you please state your name for the
Sure,
record?
of course. Barbara Aaron, and a resident of Bridgehampton. I am on the Bridgehampton Civic Association, and I fully support everything Pamela Harwood just said. I think we need transparency. We feel like we do not know what is going on in our town. Jan and I are on a board, in addition to being on the Civic Association, we're on a board of 50 to 60 houses off of Lumber Lane. So we basically represent that group of people, and people rely on us. And in fact, last week, I was walking with someone and she said, "Where did all the garbage pails go?" Okay, but I can't answer that. Just to support what Jan is saying, we feel, I've been living in the town for 20 years. The services to our hamlet have just seemed to be disappearing. I have called the non-emergency police when on Lumber Lane and Scuttle Hole Road, if you're walking or driving, there's people speeding by, and they say, they're really nice, they say, "Okay, we'll send someone out there." But I said, but it's going to be too late because there's already someone speeding by. And we have not seen, and I do call the non-emergency police probably 3 or 4 times a year, just to report the same things: speeding and also garbage. There's no enforcement at the beaches. Dogs run loose, even though they're supposed to be on a leash between certain hours. Garbage isn't picked up. There's been a dearth of lifeguards even before Labor Day. Scott Cameron, and I know because I've spoken to Parks and Rec, they can't get employees. This has been 5 years. There were no lifeguards prior to the Labor Day weekend or garbage pickup at Scott Cameron Beach. So we're just feeling not taken care of in the hamlet is the overall gist of it. And then on top of it, not getting communication and information. We are paying our taxes. We want to be treated as valuable part of Southampton. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
So if you could reach out to Ms. Hardwood, because we did just have a meeting about all those issues, and she can bring you up to date with Parks and Rec and the garbage pickup, and they explained it is a 5-day-a-week pickup. It's either a small truck or a big truck, and she'll have all the details for you, okay?
Thank you. Angela,
Good evening, Supervisor, members of the Town Board. My name is Angela Unault, President of Franca, Flanders, Riverside, Northampton Community Association. First, we want to apologize to Sunday publicly because I personally said that the evening of the candidates, which took place 2 weeks ago, our last Franca meeting, that I wasn't having the clerks. But we've had a conversation, so she knows the further details. But with that, she has also accepted to be our very first candidate to speak at our next Franca meeting, which is October 15th, where we will also have the trustees. So
good.
Publicly, we are sorry. I am sorry.
Thank you, Angela. I appreciate our conversation that we had after that all took place, and I think we've resolved the matter. But thank you so much for your concern. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you for the meet and greet, too. It was very civil. Tom's here, Cindy and I. It was a nice night. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. So I stand before you to say thank you once again for another year of funding us with the grant money. With that money, we maintain the traffic circle of Riverside, with also maintaining the signs that are at 105 and 24 and our other signs around. So without receiving that grant from the town board, it is nearly impossible for us to keep up with the electricity and the water and, the bills that do come in for those locations. So thank you very much. Then we are, I don't think I said this the last time, but I realized this is our 10th year doing Trunk or Treat. And that's like, wow. So go big or go home. Don't worry, Parks and Rec, I'm staying under the regulations. But it's October 25th from noon to 2. And yeah, I'm excited that this is our 10th year doing this. It's free to the community. And there is a letter coming to you soon for asking for the fees to be waived. But, so in advance, I'm saying thank you. But I will be back again. And again, thank you all so much.
Oh, thank you, Angela. That's kind of you.
I think I didn't lock my car.
All right, see ya. Kevin, is there anyone on Zoom for public portion?
Yes, we have 2 people.
Okay. You're not, you're always warm.
Oh, she might be here for the historic that we're not doing, or we didn't do. Julie, are you on? Kevin, she may have been here for the second public hearing.
No, she's here for this.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's start my video, all right? Well, actually, I want to read, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, let me just go ahead, because I'm afraid I'm not so clever at this, but I'm trying to, I have a very short statement to make. Oh, it's not going to work. Oh. Well,
Well, you did it. We can see you now.
well, no, I can't see what I want to write, though. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Julie Burmeister, Bridgehampton Civic Association, and I just want to make a very brief comment. About the garbage can incident. The Bridgehampton Civic Association has written you a letter which I hope you will read carefully and take seriously. It outlines the procedures which will avoid future trash can incidents. Since we are Hamlin and have no self-governing body, we must rely on cooperation with you, the town board, and its departments to solve problems when they arise. This cooperation is initiated by sharing information from either side before taking action. Following this procedure, the Bridgehampton Civic Association has met with many of the town board department heads to present our problems, some of which we have successfully solved. So we feel that if we share information sooner, maybe we can not endure the time spent on this on a situation like the trash cans. But anyway, thank you for listening to us, and we will be back again, and we enjoy working with you all. As I said, we've had successfully solved some of our problems, and we're going to look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello, Meredith.
Hi, how are you? I'm Meredith Berkowitz from the Bridgehampton Civic Association, and I apologize. First time in my car. We're actually celebrating Rosh Hashanah, so I stepped out with my family just to be able to speak here. I just wanted to reiterate, first of all, I wanted to thank Councilman Martell for meeting with us and hearing with us about the trash can issue and for getting it resolved, and whomever else on the town council may have helped out with that. We really appreciate that it did get resolved quickly within a day or two. I did want to just reiterate everything Pamela said. it was a little, there was a lot of community pushback and feedback when they were removed. The community just basically felt blindsided. And I think we just want to share that and communicate that with you, that when these kinds of issues comes up, as Julie had said, as Pamela said, as Barbara said, we just want to feel like we're working in partnership and in tandem, and to understand and to know when things are going to affect our hamlet, and to be able to be prepared for that and not be blindsided. And I think on the legal side of things, I think there was some confusion in the resolution where it did seem like the resolution was saying, or at least told the town board, that that there was no responsibility for the sidewalks along the state and county roads, which is not true. It is the town's responsibility from a financial perspective, and it is the highway superintendent's responsibility to maintain them. And then the other thing, it got mixed in, I think, with the idea that with the villages and village roads, the town can step in to maintain, sidewalks along village roads, but those are supposed to be if there are contracts in place, and it sounds like there aren't contracts in place. So I'm not sure if the town is doing any of that work, but if there are, we're hopeful that you will be able to put those agreements into place. But we do it would be helpful for us to know and to not have, and I understand nobody knew that it was going to involve the trash cans, but there's significant questions now on snow removal. Whose responsibility is that, right? Is it the responsibility of the town? Is it responsibility of the highway department? I think there are some things that do need to get sorted out with the state, including the definition of maintenance. And I don't think it's hard to say, it's just the state needs to sort that out. I think working together, the town board has to work with their counterparts at the state to try to hammer out and figure out who's responsible for what, and not just end up leaving the hamlets holding the bag, which is what happened in this case. And I think the trash cans are just an example of that. And we hope that that's not going to happen with anything else. But anyway, we do appreciate the efforts that were made to remedy it. We would just like to avoid future situations. And thank you very much for your time.
So Meredith, thank you for the comments. Bill Pell is the liaison to Highway. He's the one that ultimately goes to Charlie and makes the request. So thank you, Bill, for that.
Yeah, we all worked together and did it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Meredith.
Thank you as well. Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks, you too. Kevin, is anyone else on Zoom?
That's all for Zoom.
All right. Well, then I move to close public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 2025-1030. Authorize the use of CHF funds for the acquisition of 3 lots located at 47 Flanders Road, Riverside, for affordable housing apartment.
And, we're going to
Yeah, I
Table
think
that
we're
one,
going to table
right?
it for one cycle.
Yeah, if we can table it, that'd
Yeah.
be great. Thank
Because
you.
historical concepts are coming in on October 2nd to talk to us about the Riverside project. Okay, so when would you like
14th.
to? So we move it, table it to the 14th, October 14th. Do you have to second? No, I mean, who's going to second that?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Town Board Resolution 2025-1085, authorized purchase of miscellaneous highway construction with Rosemont Construction using Suffolk County contracts.
Second?
All in favor? Aye. Town Board Resolution 2025-1086, co-sponsored by Councilwoman McNamara, to authorize purchases of supply and delivery of auto parts with Advanced Stores Company, DBA, Advanced Auto Parts, Grade A Petroleum, Fleet Pride, Inc., and Morgan Auto Supply, Inc., using the East Hampton contract.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1087, to authorize the supervisor to execute a service agreement with Source Pass Contemporary LLC.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1088. Well, I need to move to amend the Town Board Resolution to authorize, it should read to authorize. All right. Cindy, do you have those
I do.
changes? Okay.
I do.
It's just in the title to make it more accurate. So I move to approve as amended.
But we have to vote on the amendment first.
Oh, all in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
Who was the second on the amendment?
I was.
And then move to adopt as amended.
Same second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1089 to authorize the supervisor to enter into a contract amendment with Haydock Engineering LLC for municipal engineering consulting services.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, that's me, I didn't mark it. Okay. Is it- Town Board Resolution 2025-1090 to authorize the supervisor to execute a contract amendment with Daniel R. Velasco, P.E., P.C., as it relates to the Fire Island Inlet to Montauk Point project.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1091 to authorize the supervisor to sign a contract with the Rayner Group, P.E. and L.S., PLLC, for surveying and preparation of an official map in connection with the Riverside Sewer District.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1092, co-sponsored by Councilwoman McNamara, to authorize the supervisor to sign a sole source contract with International Code Council for building code books and digital codes.
Second.
All in favor?
Town Board Resolution 2025-1093, co-sponsored with Councilman Martell, to authorize the supervisor to sign an agreement with Seesaw Learning, Inc. to provide a software service for the town's youth bureau.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1094 to authorize the supervisor to sign agreements with surveying firms for the Fire Island Inlet to Montauk Point project.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1095 of 2025, award and authorize the purchase of one 2025 Ford Ranger Super Crew from Otis Ford, Inc., using New York State OGS contract for vehicles Class 1 through 8 statewide.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1096 to declare items surplus and authorize the disposal of vehicles.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1097 to declare items surplus and authorize the disposal of vehicles and equipment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1098, co-sponsored by Councilwoman McNamara, to recall and amend Town Board Resolution 2025-1009, and award and authorize the purchase of one 2025 Ford F-250 Super Duty from Nielsen Ford of Morristown, Inc., using the New York State OGS contract for vehicles Class 1 through 8 statewide.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1099 to recall and amend Town Board Resolution 2025-571 to authorize the supervisor to execute a contract with Corey Humphrey to provide part-time program coordinator services for the Peconic Estuary Program.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 1100 of 2025 notice to bidders for activity vehicles.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1101, which is the 2025 notice to bidders for used Ford Transit Connect cargo van for animal control.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Desperately needed.
Yes. Town Board Resolution 2025-1102 to accept the PSEG rebate and amend the 2025 capital budget for sustainable infrastructure projects.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1103 to amend the 2025 budget for various departments.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1104 to authorize the closure of capital projects.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1105 to deposit monies in escrow account for professional services in connection with the Watermill Building Supply, Inc. site plan application.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm going to withdraw the Town Board Resolution 2025-1106, just so that we can rework the language in the corresponding resolution regarding the staggering provisions, so that we can make sure we get it right, and that the planning zoning boards on renewals are properly staggered with the members.
I didn't
So-
realize how many were up.
Yeah, so legal just wants a little extra time to do that. So we'll withdraw that one, and I'd like to withdraw the following Town Board Resolution 2025-1107 also. And then we'll bring it back when they have the language in a couple of weeks.
Town Board Resolution 1108 of 2025, co-sponsored with Councilman Iacilli. Authorization of road closures and cost reimbursement waiver for San Gennaro Feast of the Hamptons held on September 13th to September 14th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. with rain dates of September 27th to September 28th, which thankfully they did not need.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll abstain.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1109. How was it, Rick? I wasn't here. I was away. Was it a great?
It was awesome.
Yeah,
It was
everything
a
went
great-
well?
Yeah, Saturday was great. You couldn't put another person on that road, and
That
the
right?
bands were great.
Did you have good weather?
Yes, it was beautiful. Everything went well, thank you.
Wonderful. All right, Town Board Resolution 2025-1109, co-sponsored by council members Pell, McNamara, Iacilli, to authorize the Peconic Bay Region Community Preservation Fund tax refund pursuant to the first-time homebuyers exemption for Riley, Messias, Lucero.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And this Town Board Resolution 2025-1110, I'll withdraw that also upon the request of the applicant.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1111, memorializing resolution in support of commitment to civility in honor of Charlie Kirk and Melissa Hortman.
Second.
Have a second?
Oh, yeah, I
second.
thought you wanted to say, on the motion. All in favor?
Aye, and I just want to say that,
Speak before we vote?
sure, no, we could vote, yeah, we can
I
vote
thought
first.
you wanted to speak. If you
I
want to
do,
speak
yeah,
on
I
the
just-
motion,
yeah.
speak on the motion. and
Yeah,
then we
well,
can
I
vote.
just want to quickly state really briefly that, you know, as a professor in academia, you know, my students were horrified after September 10th. Myself as a public official, Maria, you know, Bill, you know, we spoke on the phone with the assassination of Melissa Hortman. That was also horrifying. And what you see happening in the country, I think, is an escalation of deteriorating political discourse and political violence. And when I saw my students, and when they spoke to me after September 10th, it showed how the American spirit has been sort of shocked. You know, and Governor Spencer Cox of Utah said after that event, do we escalate or do we find an off-ramp? And if we find an off-ramp, how do we do it? And he encouraged all municipalities, all elected officials to try to find ways to do that. The incentive structure in our politics has to be focused on turning down the temperature and the rhetoric that is corrosive to stability. And, you know, I think we need to find ways that the American people can come together. And I know this town board does a good job in putting people first and putting our ideas first and not resorting to negative politics. But I thought about how can I, in my position, best use this moment to create a better place for everybody, a better world. And so I'm encouraging all lawmakers, local all the way up, to find ways to positively affect political discourse and provide that playing field for more mutual collaboration and respect for the betterment of all of us. So that's why I really wanted to put this forward. So thank you.
So I want to say I appreciate, you know, your intent, and I know, you know, this is very well-intentioned, and I was actually asked after our work session on Thursday why I didn't jump on to co-sponsor, and did I not support this, and you could not support a resolution on a commitment to civility, so obviously I will be voting in favor of it. That being said, I think you just witnessed what it does to bring national politics into the local level, and I think in order to dial down the rhetoric at a local level and in town hall. I think we are very lucky to be able to focus on town issues, on community issues, and leave the noise of the national politics and the nastiness that has come about on both sides, to leave it at the door and focus on our communities. And to me, I mean, especially as we're entering into election season, really focusing on our communities and our shared goals rather than the noise of national politics and debate. And I mean, I found out about this resolution through a press release that somebody sent me. So I mean, I would have loved to have come up with something on a local level that we could all, work on together and support. And, Rachel's point's well taken, that we shouldn't have to be told to act civilly. And to me, the biggest takeaway from what happened in this aspect is just the divisiveness of national politics and how blessed we are to be able to separate that and work together for the betterment of our community on local issues that really matter to our community. So I just, obviously, like I said, I will be supporting it. This is why I don't like bringing national politics in the door of town hall, because it's very divisive as a
So I don't like bringing national politics into it either, but just after September 10th, we received a phone call in the town council office that was borderline threatening, that used threatening language and violent language. And, while, yes, there is a degree of separation between what's happening nationally, there is an influence on what happens nationally at the local level. Sometimes what happens at the national level does bleed through at the local level. And I appreciate your perspective on this. But this was a major moment in American history. Both moments, I think, were at an inflection point where we need to take a stand about trying to ensure that our communities stay together, that we don't take things too personally, and that we focus on the issues at hand. And sometimes a little reminder isn't a bad thing once in a while. And so really, this was really about reminding everybody on the local level, and again, county, state, they're free to do the same thing. So I really, this is about securing a future that could be better for everybody. So thank you.
So Michael, on that note, we did speak about this. I too thought it was unnecessary, having served on 2 town boards that, totally got along. We had our disagreements. We'd argue in the office or we'd argue in executive session. But when we came out here, we came out as one, and we supported the community. We're all on the same page. One of the first things that Supervisor Schneiderman told me, and I totally agreed with, was that when you hit the parking lot, you leave your party affiliation there, and you don't worry about that. You worry about the people that you're representing. And that's something that I've always lived by. I think my whole life I've done the same thing. So, as the days went on and I thought about this and asked if I could be a co-sponsor, it's because every once in a while in our positions, we do need to let the public know that there is a calming effect with this board, that civility is something that we all should be striving for. And it's really necessary, not only in town government, but in all our lives. We're a small community out here. And I've spoke many times, on the campaign trail about separation of the local government versus what's the noise from Washington, I call it, and so on. And I don't feel unsafe. You can call in a bomb threat. I don't feel unsafe here. I think people realize what a good job that everybody that sits on this board, past and present, has done. So I support this. I support the notion that we all should be civil, and I thank everybody for their actions here every day.
It's my turn.
Okay.
I think it's very important, because it started with Abraham Lincoln, that just because you're elected official, yes, you get harassed, you might get shot, you might get beat up, but also for the private people who want to have freedom of speech. And just like you got up, you said what you wanted to say. We did not stop you. We listened. That's what America is about. And someone might agree with you, or someone might not agree, but it's no reason to harass or shoot or hurt someone. I mean, we all have to get along. We should leave the stuff in the parking lot. Just a little while ago, someone in we won't mention any names, put a newsletter out and said something. I emailed them and said, hey, you should look at it again. I don't think it's the right thing to do. And did he do it? Who knows? But I was not afraid to say it. You got to treat people how you want to be treated. And, you know, I got harassed, you know, I had threats when I did the sand mine. You know, I got phone calls from different people over sand. And 98% of the people in the town was with me, but there was a handful of people who were against it. And they got really nasty with me. But did I back down? Was I scared? No. I had Mike right behind me. Yeah. I wanted to see if you were paying attention.
He's just
But
waking you up.
Thank you. You know, I'll also be supporting this too.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, of course, we all want to be committed to civility, so I'll support it. I think actions speak louder than words, and this board, I feel, does treat the community and each other with dignity and respect, and I hope that I know for me, I'll continue to do so, and I'm sure the rest of us will do our best to do that as well. So, that
gonna vote?
all being said, all in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1112 of 2025, co-sponsored with council members Iacilli and Martell. Authorization of cost reimbursement waiver for the Galilee Church of God in Christ Violence-Free Block Party, which was held on August 23rd, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1113 of 2025, co-sponsored with council members Iacilli and Martell. Authorization of cost reimbursement waiver for the Hampton Bays Lions Club 14th Annual Over the Bridge 10K Run and 5K Run Walk, which was held on September 13th, 2025.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1114 of 2025, co-sponsored with council members Iacilli and Martell. Authorization of cost reimbursement waiver for the Watermill Village Improvement Association Annual Car Show, which was held on September 6th, 2025, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1115 of 2025, co-sponsored with Councilman Martell. Recall and amend Resolution 2025-1072 to extend expiration of zone change approval for the application entitled The Preserve at South Country Road in order to correctly identify the subject parcels.
Second?
I got a question on this. So Jim, what, are we voting again on, yes or no, or just voting for to correct? Because it seemed this was rushed through like everything else was rushed through on this. And what's your legal opinion? Because some of your legal opinions have been different from other legal opinions I got on this subject.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that last part, Bill. I'm sorry.
What is your legal opinion on this? Because some of your legal opinion on this subject is different from other legal opinions I got.
So is the question, is this,
Correct the tax map. It's just to correct the tax map.
To correct the tax map, or are we voting on this again? Or should go to a work session so John Bennett can come back and try to talk me into it?
I mean,
Because I thought that was kind of.
Vote no again if you don't.
No, I know. I thought that was kind of line.
What
I thought, excuse me, Jim, I thought it was kind of out of line. Yes.
oh, out of line.
Out of line when you invited John Bennett up here.
I
This was-
invited John
you
Bennett?
Go back, you invited him up to speak.
All right. I invited John Bennett.
Yes.
I did?
Yeah, just like you invited this other lady. Marie runs the meeting. You invited this other lady to come back up and speak.
I just did?
No, yeah, in this meeting,
When?
a few
What are you
minutes ago.
talking
You
about, Bill?
escalated.
I don't
yeah,
think,
you-
I don't
come
think,
on.
I
did
don't
what?
think Jim did that. I don't
Yes.
think,
Go back
I
and look
asked,
at tape.
who did I ask, Bill?
This lady here.
What lady are
she
you
said-
talking about, Bill?
Mrs. Hardwood?
Mrs. Harwood. She said, "Can
I invited Bill, I invited Miss Hardwood to talk, to come back
No,
up?
we
Yes.
we told her to
Yes.
take a seat, and then
You said
she
you
came
can
up
come back up.
anyway. Oh, I don't,
The supervisor runs the meeting.
I think she came up on her own, Bill,
No,
to be honest.
no.
Just-
I
I think
had
we all just voted on
No involvement in that whatsoever.
I think we all
I don't
just
know what
voted
you're
on
talking
a
about,
Watch the
Bill.
tape. Watch the tape.
civility resolution.
so what is this, if I could just focus the conversation on what is this recall and amend resolution?
It's just to
doing?
change the
Amended
tax
tax
map
laws.
number.
I read the last whereas. It's
is
just
it
to
because
correct.
the applicant didn't follow through and merge the two lots, so something else that wasn't done, but now we assumed it was, so now we have to correct it because
Yeah,
now
I'm
they're
actually
still
not
two
familiar
separate
exactly
lots?
What happened, if you want to hold it, I can
Maybe
look
hold it
into
off.
I don't know exactly why this amendment is taking place tonight, but I can look into it.
Yeah, because if it was just the correction of the Suffolk County tax map number, I would see that indicated here, but it says seeking to correct the record to indicate that the zone change was involving 2 lots. So the whereas clause seems to be indicating that there's a bigger implication here.
I'm happy to table it till the next meeting.
Okay.
Second on the table?
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1116, co-sponsored by Councilwoman McNamara, to recall and amend Resolution 2025-1021, authorizing the acceptance of a maintenance bond for Atlantic Golf staff housing to change the check number.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1117, which is the 2025 part-time salaries. Town Board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1118, to accept the resignation of Christine Mortiz, Senior Office Assistant in the Building Department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1119, to accept the resignation of Claire Vega, Office Assistant in the Justice Court. All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1120, to appoint Mitchell Lester to Automotive Mechanic 2 in Central Garage.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1121, to appoint Nicole Gensel to Principal Legal Secretary position from the Civil Service list.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And congratulations, Nicole. Town Board Resolution 2025-1122, to appoint Tristan Allen to Automotive Equipment Operator in Waste Management.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1123, to remove an employee from payroll for a suspended license.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1124. This is to notice a public hearing to consider amending Section 123-11, effective period of building permit to include end applicable limitations. So I had a conversation with Christine from the
Wait a minute,
town.
somebody should second it?
Well,
He has
hold on a
to.
second.
Oh,
I'm going to make
okay.
a motion to table. Actually,
sure,
I'm going to withdraw because we're going to rewrite this with Christine and some other folks,
Have a work session.
and we want to have a work session
Yeah,
on
I think
it.
that would be best.
Yeah.
Because I did miss the agenda review. If I had
But-
been here, I would have asked, I thought that we were going to have a work session, and we were going to, we're limiting all the work on Sundays and holidays. I thought that was just going to be external work, not all work.
So we did have a work session a while ago, but one of the things that we are going to be doing is trying to look at this on a more granular level and look at what would be the sort of the parameters of the building department and what is the discretion of the chief building inspector. So we're going to involve Sean into those conversations.
Yeah.
But I do want to emphasize that this is an important issue with respect to the noise. I am receiving comments from the public about noise in the town of Southampton and our noise code, which needs to, I think, reflect a little bit more stringent requirements based on comments that I've received from the public, neighbors, et cetera. I think it's incumbent upon us to find a solution to this. This is the second time that we're now sweeping this one to the margins to rework it. I really hope that we can come to a conclusive path forward.
Well, this was added with respect to the parking issue. I don't know if that's something the police should be enforcing, the parking, or if we need to change
The parking somehow got removed from this resolution, and that's a very important piece. I agree with Bill on that. We really need to address the parking issue, and the chief building inspector agrees with that as well. But the other part of this, too, that we have to make sure is if we're going to eliminate construction noise on Sundays and federal holidays, we need to make sure we have staffing in place, and that would be a building inspector on those days in order to answer those calls to shut down the construction on those job sites that are operating outside of
The question with this resolution came down to the discretion of the building inspector. What does that discretion entail? So I think that that's something we need to hone in on. I'm in agreement on that. But again, I want to emphasize that we really need to try to find a conclusive path forward that's going to be amenable for the whole board so that we could provide some relief to neighbors who are unfortunately experiencing an uptick in the construction. And look, it's a great indication that our market is growing, and that's really good, but it's a quality of life issue at the end of the day.
And I also want to look at the July and August, because what are you saying, like year-round residents can deal with it? You know, I mean, everybody deserves a break, at least, you know, one day a week if you're living next to a job site that's operating for 3 years.
So originally, the goal was to actually limit the construction on weekends, and it didn't have any specific months in the regulatory framework. But because there was disagreement on the board, we decided, okay, let's just focus on just a couple of months when it's at the highest peak. So,
I'm happy we're having a work session, we can hash this all out.
Yep. And we will.
Yeah, very good. I think that makes sense. But we won't let it go by the wayside.
Okay.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1125, co-sponsored by Council Members McNamara and Martell. A notice of public hearing to consider the acquisition of 31 Quantuck Bay Lane in the hamlet of Quiog and to amend the CPF project plan and the CPF management and stewardship plan to include the property. All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1126, co-sponsored by Council Members McNamara and Martell. A notice of public hearing to consider the acquisition of 33 Quantuck Bay Lane in the hamlet of Quiog and to amend the CPF project plan and the CPF management and stewardship plan to include the property.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
And
Those are
Madam
both
Clerk,
on-
may I please be added to that? Thank you.
Those are both on October 14th.
Me too, please.
Yeah, we should all be on there. Town Board Resolution 2025-1127, co-sponsored by Council Members McNamara and Martell, which is a notice of public hearing to consider, oh, did I read that twice? Oh.
No, 3 different addresses.
acquisition- Oh, wait a minute, and Councilmember Pell's already on this one, but you're not, Michael. To consider the acquisition of 189 Dune Road in the village of Quogue and to amend the CPF management and stewardship plan to include the property.
She's talking about 1128, page
1128.
53.
Yeah, you skipped one.
Yeah.
So we had 31, 33, and 35.
Oh, that's why I thought it was,
Yeah.
I was looking
Three
at the same
parcels
page
next to each
twice.
other in Quiog.
So do you guys want to co-sponsor each one?
Yeah.
Got that?
Got it.
Okay, so we need to read 1127.
Yeah. Town Board Resolution 2025-1127, co-sponsored by the entire board, to notice a public hearing to consider the acquisition of 35 Quantuck Bay Lane in the hamlet of Quiog and to amend the CPF project plan and the CPF management and stewardship plan to include the property.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Did we vote on 1128?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Did I read it?
No.
I thought I did. Oh,
You started.
Start again. Town Board Resolution 2025-1128, co-sponsored by now the entire board.
Well, yeah, I'll be added to 1128, yep.
Notice a public hearing to consider the acquisition of 189 Dune Road in the village of Quogue and to amend the CPF management and stewardship plan to include the property.
Second, and I want to thank Dan for his work on this. It took a long time to get this through, and he jumped through a lot of hoops, so.
That was a big struggle to get this
Yeah.
piece of property. Was it easy?
Yeah, this went through a bankruptcy and lots of delays. Thank you, Dan. Town Board Resolution 20.
Vote.
We didn't vote?
No.
Oh, boy. I'm fired.
We're
Gonna
almost
fire
there.
myself.
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1129. A notice of public hearing to consider the historic landmark designation of the site recognized as the Austin Tuttle Family House located at 149 South Country Road, Remsenburg, Spionk.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. And Town Board Resolution 2025-130. A notice, co-sponsored by Council Members McNamara and Martell. Well, I think it should be Iacilli because you're the Historic Preservation.
That's okay.
Liaison.
No.
Notice of public hearing to consider the historic landmark designation of the site recognized as the Herman Ellsworth Terrell House located at 11 Walnut Avenue, East Quogue.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 1131 of 2025, resolution authorizing the purchase of 1232 North Road in the hamlet of North Town of Southampton. Need a motion to table this till the next meeting?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can you to this, please?
Yes.
Actually, it should all be.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1132, co-sponsored by the entire board, to authorize the acquisition of 11 Helens Lane in the hamlet of North Sea, New York, and to amend the CPF management and stewardship plan to include the property.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1131, co-sponsored by the entire board, to authorize the acquisition of 199 Dune Road in the village of Quogue, and to amend the CPF and management and stewardship plan to include the property.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The Town Board Resolution 2025-1134, to recall and amend Resolution 2021-483, road review application for Blue Sea Adventures LLC, Suffolk County tax map number as indicated, situate at North Sea, is accepted. Wording.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1135, road review application for 142 Shore Road LLC, Suffolk County tax map number is indicated, situate at North Sea, is accepted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1136, road review application for Lizette Gerasi, James Gerasi, and Alfred Sciascia, Suffolk County tax map number as indicated, situated at West Hampton, is accepted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Or you wish you could say the names as indicated.
I know, and then I have the walk-ons. Town Board Resolution ID number 50966, to accept findings and terminate employment. Lauren.
Second.
Well, all in favor?
Aye. Who's the second? I was.
Town Board Resolution ID number 50970, co-sponsored by the entire board, to authorize the Office of Town Attorney to commence an enforcement action seeking injunctive and other relief against appropriate parties in the Suffolk County Supreme Court relating to the use and occupancy of 471 County Road 39, Southampton, as more particularly described on the Suffolk County tax map number as indicated.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 50971, co-sponsored with Councilman Iacilli. Recall and amend Resolution 2025-1016.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution ID number 50972, to authorize the town attorney to retain outside counsel John M. Wagner Esquire of Sir Tillman Balin, Adler and Hyman LLP to represent the interests of the town as it relates to a litigation matter entitled Southampton History Museum versus the Town of Southampton et al.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It's going to make history.
And Town Board Resolution ID number 50974, which is the warrant, number 18, capital number 18, CPF number 18 of September 23rd, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution ID number 50975, co-sponsored by the entire board, to authorize the Office of the Town Attorney to commence an enforcement action seeking injunctive and other relief against appropriate parties in Suffolk County Supreme Court relating to the use and occupancy of 251 Old County Road, Eastport, Town of Southampton, as more particularly described on the Suffolk County tax map number as indicated.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And lastly, Town Board Resolution ID number 50983, to authorize the supervisor to sign a license agreement with Almond Restaurant.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hey, all right. Well, if there's no other comments, then I move to close.
Just a couple
Oh,
of things.
all right. I knew you were going to say something.
I think, we have to really look on these license agreements. When a restaurant wants to put chairs outside, they have to also put garbage cans in the area.
Well, I think that there's a whole section of the code
What we have to do.
that code enforcement or the fire marshal approves all the applications for outdoor dining. And that would
We have to
go
look
in
at
there.
that.
This is the different,
Okay.
the difference here is that this is a little piece of property that the
Okay.
town owns,
Okay.
apart from the sidewalk.
Sorry about that.
And that's why it's a license agreement. But yeah, I understand what you're
So we should
saying.
look at that
Yeah,
with
they
the
should.
code.
Yep.
And I just want to give a shout out to Peter and the maintenance crew of the building here. Last weekend, they shampooed the rugs and all the chairs in here. The first time they've been clean, I think, since Marty Lang.
So
Actually, looks a lot
everybody's,
cleaner.
everyone can breathe a little easier.
Yes, and I'm not coughing or sneezing.
Allergies.
Allergies.
All right, very good. Okay, well, I move to close the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thanks, everyone.
Thank you.